I have literally filmed this video twice now. This is my third time. First time it cut halfway through. Second time I didn't have the mic in. Hopefully this time it all works out.
What's this? Oh my god, climbing from the bottom takes way too long. Tell everybody that I'm sorry, but I'm never gonna come back. And it's clear it's all gone, and finding what we have just feels so wrong. And nobody's gonna stop me, cause I'm never gonna come back.
Alrighty guys, so today we are doing the top 10 best movies of 2016. I have highly anticipated this list for you guys. I went and saw Lalaland to complete this list. Let's see if it makes the list. So without further ado, let's get into some honorable mentions. And we are going to talk about the honorable mentions real quick. I just want to talk about the movies real quickly. Moana, I've already made a review about that, but I really love the animation. The music was also great. Ouija Origin of Evil, I didn't review that one, but it is a very underrated horror movie that didn't rely on cheap jump scares. The Blair Witch, the sequel to the original Blair Witch, it was also a really well-made horror movie. It was really scary. The atmosphere on the cinema was great, which is why it's on my honorable mentions. The Witch, it's also another underrated horror movie that came out this year. It's very Shakespearean language, and it's very, very, very scary. Really enjoyed it, but it didn't crack my top 10. And also Doctor Strange. It's a Marvel movie, what more can I say about it? But unfortunately, it is not the best Marvel movie of the bunch. So, let's get into my top 10 movies of 2016. Now, at number 10, we have 10 Cloverfield Lane. Quite ironic, isn't it? Yeah, 10 Cloverfield Lane, I've already made a review about it. The best word I can use to describe this movie would be tense. This movie is very tense, with John Goodman and Mary Elizabeth Winstead stuck in this house with also that random dude that nobody really knows. But that's okay because he did a good job. Everyone did a great job at acting. There was no monster in this movie, but the tension in the house really made up for it. And when she went out, I'm not going to spoil that bit, when the thing did happen at the end, it was really good. It was a good payoff, but I still enjoyed the scenes in the house more because of the tension. Now at number 9, we have Xmen Apocalypse. Now, this wasn't on a lot of people's top 10 lists because it can be said that it's the worst out of the X-Men bunch, directed by Bryan Singer, but I actually really enjoyed it. I came out of the cinema and I found to have really enjoyed it. Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse did a really good job, and all of the Horsemen did a really good job as Storm and Angel with the metal wings. Really good. Michael Fassbender as Magneto, always magnificent. He does really well. And also James McAvoy as Professor Xavier did an awesome job as him as well. Jennifer Lawrence is the front runner now. I think she's taking over from Hugh Jackman. I think she's going to be the front runner for the X-Men movies, unless Jean Grey takes over. We'll have to wait and see, but I loved seeing Jean Grey as Phoenix, also Nightcrawler and Cyclops. Really liked seeing all them in another X-Men movie. That is why X-Men Apocalypse is at number 9. Now at number 8, we have Finding Dory. Now Finding Dory is amongst a plethora of great animations this year. The animation in this was amazing, if not better than the original Finding Dory animation. Really loved it. Really liked Ellen DeGeneres as Dory, funny as always. The movie had so much comedy, so much great comedy in the seals. You'll know what I'm talking about if you have seen it. Finding Dory, really enjoyed it. Really bring me back to my childhood of seeing Finding Nemo. But this obviously will cater to the children of today. So that is why Finding Dory is at number 8. Now at number 7, we have La La Land. Yes, unfortunately, it is not higher up on my list because, as I said, it does drag on just a little bit, but still, it's a great musical. It didn't top Rocky Horror Picture Show, but I would rate it higher than Rocky Picture Show. But La La Land also, the music was awesome. Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, still my favorite actor and actress, respectively. Love them, love the comedy in this movie, love the cinematography, everything looked great, all the colors, all the music, just everything. It was really nice. That is why La La Land is at number 7. At number 6, we have The Nice Guys, another Ryan Gosling movie. He's on a roll this year. He's done really well with his movies this year. The Nice Guys, directed by Shane Black, starring Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling, was such a funny movie. I loved it. It was set in the 70s, and you could really tell by the costumes. If this movie doesn't get a costume nomination, I'm going to be really surprised, because I thought the costumes are really good for the time period. And the comedy was spot on. Really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people saw this movie. I don't think a lot of people liked it either. So if you get a chance to see The Nice Guys, please watch The Nice Guys. It's so good. It's so funny. I love Ryan Gosling. Go watch this movie if you haven't already. Nice Guys at number 6. At number 5, we have The Jungle Book, the best animation out of all the animations this year, in my opinion. I felt that this movie just surpassed all animation like ever. The green screen and the blue screen, everything they did to create this movie must have taken so much work. And I really give props to Jon Favreau for taking this movie head on and making this for Disney. It was so good. It really held up with the original Jungle Book, and I really liked all the voice acting, especially by Bill Murray as Baloo and also Ben Kingsley as Bagheera. It was really good. Idris Elba also as Shere Khan was so good. Really loved the music in this movie as well. Really bring me back to the original Jungle Book. That is why Jungle Book is at number 5. Now at number 4, we have Rogue One, a Star Wars story directed by Gareth Edwards. Now, Rogue One unfortunately can't be higher up on the list because I found like it did also drag on a bit on the second viewing, but it was still a really good movie, really good Star Wars movie. As I said, it takes place in the middle of Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, and it's about the rebels going to get the Death Star plans, and that really makes A New Hope and all movies after that so much better. It just fills in so many gaps, especially with the iconic flaw in the Death Star. It fills in that gap, and the comedy in the movie and all the characters I actually really liked. That is why Rogue One is at number 4. Number 3, one of the best superhero movies of 2016, Captain America Civil War. Now, Captain America Civil War forced you to choose sides between Captain America and Iron Man, and that alone made this movie great. This movie's the comic book this movie was based on, is so good. It didn't follow that storyline exactly, but it brought in so many new characters. It introduced them amazingly for the Avengers Infinity War that's coming up. Spider-Man, I'm happy to see him in a movie, especially someone of the age of Spider-Man in Tom Holland, and I really liked Black Panther in this movie as well. Also Sebastian Stan, hopefully he takes over as Captain America. I think Chris Evans' contract has run up, so we'll see what happens there. But Captain America Civil War is at number 3. Now at number 2, we have the best superhero movie of 2016, Deadpool. This was my favorite time at the cinemas. I laughed so much. My gut was just hurting after this movie. It's the Deadpool movie we all wanted. We got blood, we got guts, we got fourth wall breaks, and we got the Merc with the mouth. It was so perfect. Ryan Reynolds did well. He really did well. Someone accidentally released the test footage onto YouTube, and that propelled this movie to be made. And I give props to whoever released that test footage, because if that wasn't released, we would have never got Deadpool and a Deadpool 2 now, which I'm really excited for. That is why Deadpool is at number 2. Now at number 1, we have the best movie of 2016, in my opinion. Lots of people didn't see it, which is really, really unfortunate, but the indie movie Swiss Army Man is my favorite movie of 2016. I went to see this at Cinema Nova on Lygon Street. I literally stumbled upon this cinema out of nowhere after having lunch with the family, and it was awesome. I loved every single moment of it. It was so funny. Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe's chemistry was so good, even though Daniel Radcliffe was dead. But it was so much fun to watch, and me being an aspiring filmmaker just made me have so many ideas. It showed me that original films can still be made, and that really makes me happy, because if I happen to get into directing, then I know that original movies can have somewhat of success and can somewhat be good. And Swiss Army Man was so much fun. It did divide audiences, unfortunately. People did walk out. Some people didn't like it. My parents didn't like it. Me and my little brother loved it. It's a very metaphorical movie. It's not necessarily about the dead guy that Paul Dano is dragging along. The dead guy stands for something. Not going to spoil what it is, but after you've seen it, if you request it, I can make a video on it. But Swiss Army Man is my best movie of 2016. Please watch it. Don't pirate it. It really needs to be bought. You really need to respect the filmmakers that made this movie. Daniels, they've come off from directing music videos like Turn Down For to now this, and it really shows how much effort and how much passion they're willing to put into these movies, and I really respect that. Now, the top 10 best movies of 2016 has been made. It's on my channel now. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video, my worst movies of 2016. Now that video will be amazing. It'll be so much fun ruining all these shit movies. So let's get excited for that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.